And Aparna says, Namaste, Father. Thank you so much for your blessings. I have a question, Father. How do we deal with family, like parents, children attachment to them? How to deal this kind of attachment? Thank you, Father. The self has no problem dealing with any relationship. The person cannot handle a single relationship. Mm. So if you try to do it with your mind, you'll only get to frustration, you'll only get to friction, all kinds of things that exist in all relationships, most relationships. So first, don't expect them to change. See, what is the trouble in relationships? We want them to give us our freedom completely, but we want them to change. And like this, if you hear it first time, you might not get the contradiction in this, the irony in this. You see? We want complete freedom to be exactly as we please. But we're not willing to give the same freedom to our loved ones. Are we willing to accept their non acceptance of us? So if they are non accepting of a attribute, it could be satsang. Suppose they don't accept a satsang. Are you accepting that they are allowed to be like this? Or are you treating their non acceptance with your own non acceptance? So then non acceptance is meeting non acceptance and causes all the explosions. In this realm, in this play of interpersonal relationships, it needs two egos for there to be conflict. In the play, it seems like it is two egos, actually the same guy. But here, if you're not responding to these situations from the ego, from this concept of belief and thoughts, then how is it possible to have? So remember that I'm speaking at the realm of relationships right now. From the ultimate perspective, even all of this play, even conflict, is all a doing of consciousness itself. But right now, that might not be the most helpful thing for you to hear. So you must see that. What is the trouble? The trouble is that I want freedom, I want to be exactly the way I want to be, but am I giving the same freedom to everyone? Am I giving the same freedom to the world? And then, what trouble can God have in dealing with a relationship? Can God have any trouble in dealing with any relationship? But don't expect God to dance to your mind's tunes. See? Your mind is saying that I want the relationship to go in a particular way. And the mind knows nothing. It does not know what you truly need. I had a beautiful conversation with a friend the other day who was here, and he was saying that it is so beautiful how this relationship happened. You see, we just met and things just seemed to flow, and so beautifully we were in this beautiful relationship. And now, why does there have to be conflict? Why does there have to be conflict? And it had to be said that it is the same one who was running that show of getting together so beautifully is also running this show of the seeming conflict. So life in every moment is giving us a gift of teaching us acceptance. To be able to let go is the greatest acceptance. And let go does not mean it has to be let go in the physical realm, but let go of all concepts about relationships. And then you will see that all of this, what happens in this phenomenal realm, is just playing out on its own. And don't have any concepts about. Many of you have these concepts like, okay, now that I'm free, or now that I'm coming to satsang, then my body should not get sick. Nothing should happen because I'm the free one now, enlightened ones. My body should not get sick. Same way, we might have a concept that, okay, now that I'm free, then I should not have any conflict in any interpersonal situation. Not necessarily. It can come, it can play out. Sometimes anger can come, irritation can come, all these can come. But what you will find is that none of it can last. So anger can come, but resentment cannot come. Resentment cannot last. Sometimes I tell you like this, isn't it? That sometimes I could start an argument, or I could find myself in an argument, and midway through the argument, I start laughing and wondering what's going on. But then, just to keep up the game, you have to come up and say something. You see, so like this it becomes like. So you're unable to hold on to any resentment because you see the game in all of this. You see the unreality of the person here and there. Actually, spiritual, the ones in Sangha have this very common problem, which is that they are able to see that they are not the person here, but they're not able to see that there is no person even in front. No person exists. So we've not made a non-person out of you. We've not made a non-person out of you. We've only showed you what you are. So we've taken something which was getting all your attention and belief, and we've asked you to keep it aside for just an instant and just to really check what you are. And you saw that I cannot be this. I cannot be just an idea. In this simple seeing, this person concept starts dissolving. So if there was never a person here, then there is never a person, another person in the appearance also. It's all one being, it's all one seeing. Now, how can you hold a grievance? Who are you holding a grievance against? Cannot hold, isn't it? Because then it is God holding a grievance against God Himself. If there is no person, then who has the grievance and against who? So is there someone here who is not able to let go of a grievance? Then you throw it in the fire of satsang today and be done with it.